And everything don't have to always turn to I'll take your life. They scared what you might do to them. They scared you might pull. So he might have it, I got it, I'm pulling mine first. I ain't give him a chance to pull it. It's fear, bro. We're hearing that music because I like it. Even though they are killing each other, that make us look like the ignorant older generation.
Is it influenced by trap music and everything? White kids that's influenced by this Republican. The youth is always going to be influenced by something.
Talking to. White kids.
I know. Being in our youth, being influenced by what we influenced by, or it's them in their youth being influenced by what they influenced by. My point is that the youth are gonna be influenced.
Think Ice Cube's a game.
I wouldn't test them.
You wouldn't test nobody. Ice Cube or King Von? Who you more willing to steal off on? You gotta pick one, Craig.
To answer your question, Ice Cube might have to beat me up. What's up, y'all? This is another episode of I'm Almost Joking podcast. I am one half of the Disrespective Collective, Craig Smith, a.k.a. Sense of Life, here with...
It's your boy Queese, a.k.a. Dash. We have episode 43, and unfortunately, we got to start this off a way that I wish we don't have to keep starting these episodes.
I am seriously tired of starting off this way. I wanted to start off a different way, but you're right. Let's get into it, and because it's a lot to tackle without, getting into specific details of the situation. But
rest in peace to Takeoff.
Rest in peace to Takeoff. Condolences to his family and
so young, man. 28. Like, man, I don't even think I started maturing at that age yet. And it's like 28.
Yeah, and then to be 28 and in that position of where not only do you get to figure yourself out, but you kind of got an idea and you got the money to be whatever you want to be for the rest of your life. And for something like this to happen, and for this situation, if we, just separating the situations, because we like to group rappers' deaths into one kind of bowl. And I don't want to do that with this one because every situation doesn't deserve to be kind of fit into this was gang violence or this was deserving or this was so undeserving. It was so unnecessary. And that's what makes it more sad, because of all the reports that you hear of Takeoff, he was the most quiet, reserved, just humble, chill dude. Like, he didn't start nothing, didn't want to be in nothing. And for this to happen to him, it just hurts even more. And I said it way before this. Definitely the best Migo lyrically. I mean, yes. A lot of people think that a lot of the stuff that we like was because he was in that group. So it's a loss, It's a loss.
And one thing about the situation, and people saying one thing, like you say, it is different situations. I don't like lumping it in. Some of it is gang violence. Some of it is petty beef. Some of it is people trying to rob them. It's different things in these situations, so I don't like to lump them totally in like that. But the one thing that's consistent in all of these things is the people that's taking us look like you.
Yeah.
And it's culturally, we got to get to a point to where if you have a disagreement and y'all just that heated, bro, fight that man to man. Everything don't have to always turn to I'll take your life. Every time it's a disagreement now, it goes straight to I'll take your life. Y'all that upset, I'm all with a fair one. Go ahead and shoot the fair one. Man to man, maybe you get your ass whooped. But if you get your ass whooped, as a man, you still know you held your ground. If you couldn't get him, you couldn't get him. But you go home to your family, he go home to his family, your life continues. Your respect ain't taken because you lost a fight. But your life can be taken because you took a life. You lose a fight, you go home. You take somebody's life, you may never go home again once they catch up with you. And it's
and I think that's what the disconnect is in things like this, is that nobody wants to take that loss. And the respect for the fight, whether you win or lose, and the respect for the people that was in the fight, that, he might have lost, but he fought though. that's like gone. Nobody,
why it's
and that's
gone?
off of this situation because I'm not saying
not this,
I don't know.
Not this situation.
I'm just saying off of the intellect and the
mentality.
mental. Yeah, the mentality.
That's what I want to discuss. Like the mentality of every time it's a disagreement with each other, because
nobody wants to take that loss. So even if you fight and you take a loss, you feel like you got to come back and shoot now.
That's the thing. I don't even think it's that. You know what it is? I think people be scared, bro. It ain't scared to take the loss. They scared. If they feel like I might not be able to whoop your ass, but I'd rather get you to fuck off me with this pistol. So it ain't that niggas be scared to take if they scared what you might do to them. They scared you might pull. So he might have it. I got it. I'm pulling mine first. I ain't gonna give him a chance to pull it. It's fear, bro. It's fear-based.
That's why I make jokes. I tell all the jokes about how you'll beat me up just to make you laugh so you don't even want to beat me up. Like, initially. That way, if it come to it later, you'll be like, oh, nah, man, that was the dude that was...
Man, nowadays, they shoot regardless. These dudes don't want to have that physical... Man,
always joke with the big nigga, y'all.
Once a dude catch 2-3 bodies, man, he not trying to fight with nobody. He like, that's just what he do. Like, and it's just, that's the problem, like, it's like, that's just what he do. Like, we got to stop making that just what people do. Every time it's a disagreement, it don't have to go into, I'll kill you. It don't have to go into, I'm shooting it up. And it's like making me feel some way with the music. Now it's like, bro, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. I know somebody like you who just into that.
Yeah.
Is as the older
grading
people,
scale artist today,
I'm
he
sure.
about that. So
But like, just with everything in the culture, man, do you think it's time to have like a hard reset on this street rap, like where we currently at right now?
You asking the wrong one, bro.
Wait a minute. No, I'm not. I'm asking the right one, because you're not like a trapper. You just enjoy the music. But we're not young dudes anymore. We are older men. If men at our age sitting here saying like, no, I'm cool with hearing that music because I like it, even though they are killing each other, that make us look like the ignorant older generation. Is it time to get a hard reset on that?
Okay, see, now you finna have me in here defending my trap rappers, all right? These are gentlemen who lived an unfortunate life, and they, by chance, get to make millions, and most of them, hopefully, if I really think about it, I would say most of them are able to make millions and then reach back and make millionaires out of some of these other black men and women probably living in unfortunate situations. I can always celebrate that, and it's their story to tell and their story to make money off of. I'm not finna put them and that music with the people who are influenced by it and do the things, because as a listener, I listen to it and I'm not out there shooting people and trapping and selling cocaine. I don't now. Does it make me feel like I can? Yeah. But I'm also logical enough to know because I listen to everything, so I hear about the other stories too, about the stuff that come with it, and I don't want none of it. I don't want ops. I don't want jailed chances.
That's not how young people taking these movies.
I'm not talking about how young people taking it.
But young people the ones out here killing each other, Craig.
If they don't choose to listen to the raps, they got raps about what really happened and about the bad stuff. If they don't choose to listen to that,
our generation is failing these kids, man. We failing these kids.
Nah,
you got mothers who in their 40s who trying to be lit on Instagram like a 20-year-old. You got fathers who 45, 50 who still sagging their pants, bro. We failing them. You talking about the music The music is what they listening to. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you this,
bro. They're not 40-year-old grown adults who've had life experiences listening to music. They gonna listen to different music when they. I don't know. These days, I can't say that.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna tell you this: they won't listen to different music, but they will process it different because they will have lived the life that gave them experience to where they would gain more just
and then what you think will happen with the next generation?
But I will say this
nothing
about
but drill music, nothing but kill my ops, nothing but 30 clips and switches. What you think the next generation gonna be on, Greg?
Youth is wasted on the young, Queese. So youth is always going to be influenced by whatever is happening. Just the way that we are influenced by trap music and all of that. Hold on. Just the way that we are influenced by trap music and everything, white kids that's influenced by this Republican ideology, or it's white people that's influenced by this, white kids that's influenced by this capitalist ideology. So
bro, the
youth is always going to be influenced by
who I'm
something.
talking to. White kids ain't listening to me, so I don't care what
I'm saying,
I don't care about none of that.
I'm not saying.
What
I'm
talking
comparing
about
the youth as a whole.
Man,
You trying
I'm
to say
talking about us, nigga. I don't care about the whole. I'm talking about niggas who look like me dying. I don't see, man. I don't care about the whole right now. I'm talking about us, bro. I don't care about that shit.
But what I'm saying is, our youth is youth. What I'm saying is, youth is youth. Young is young. Kids are kids, and influence to them, they like sponges. Even when they teenagers or whatever, it's still a sponge. Just that don't leave when you a baby, right? So until you formulate your own thing and you can get old enough to be your own thing, you don't really know. And whether it's us being in our youth, being influenced by what we influenced by, or it's them in their youth being influenced by what they influenced by. My point is that the youth are gonna be influenced. So you're not gonna ever get the youth and grab them. Not like everybody like you want to where it's gonna be a big change. If we got trap music, yeah, I guess people gonna listen to trap music.
That's not what I'm saying.
But I don't want to take away trap music because it provides a lot of opportunities for that same youth too.
It's providing opportunity for people to die, Craig. It's deaf music. Y'all be acting like trap music is changing so many lives. It's not. It's not changing that many lives. You find a handful of people, and then them people are dying. People around them are dying. What lives if it's changing? They live in the same lifestyle, just in the front of a camera now.
That's if we're talking totality, it's a lot of people dying, and that's unfortunate, but it's a lot of people living and making a lot of money.
Craig,
and I bet you it's even more because it's people behind the scenes eating and living lives that they probably wouldn't have dreamed of living that had they not been in
they
that.
Cleaning
My
money,
cousin
Craig.
do security for celebrities, and I don't know if he would have been able to do
or
security
maybe they
if it
figured
wasn't
to
for them.
hustle out in the music industry and they can get their money the right way now. A lot of you act like it's that many people winning. It's not, bro. That's not the game that they.
It's a lot of people winning, man.
Bro, a lot of these dudes ain't winning like that, like you think it is. But whatever.
Just,
that's why these Ricos come in. Whatever. My point is this: it's not like these people are changing their lives and they're moving out of these environments and they really changing their lives. You got people who they can change their lives and they're choosing not to. What is happening within the culture where you just choosing not?
We was just talking about this outside. You can't put that on the artist or the individual. You can't put that on the artist what somebody else in their crew does if they trying to provide something, they trying to look out, and then this person just don't get it. That's
what
just
situation
one
is like that? Last time I could think of it was 50 Cent when he got Bangla Smurf up out of there for that situation. Who is getting rid of these people and they crews and saying like, nah, they need it because that's what the music is. But how do you know when to
get rid of them until something happens?
That's my point. So
if everybody eating and everybody chilling, then nothing really happens.
We failed this generation. We raised them bad, and even now that we the older people, we still be trying not to hold them accountable. We rather make excuses instead of holding these kids accountable. Them was grown men up in there with that whole situation, even with the Migos. And I ain't saying nobody shouldn't have got heated because I don't know the conversations or none of that. But just to hold us accountable, it's like, bro, even if y'all had a disagreement, why y'all just couldn't fight?
You right about that. I ain't disagreeing with that at all.
But I'm just saying in general, so I don't want to look at the youth.
But we don't know the details and we don't know the identity, and so we can't go into the background and the know-how and what this person's mentality was of the person that started with the gunplay. Until we know that, we can't really assess or make an assessment on the situation.
By the investigation, it was 2 guns fired on the scene.
So one was return fire.
So what we know is there was 2 people firing pistols. My whole point is, whatever that disagreement is, if y'all had an issue that was that heated, what is wrong with just fighting? Why is the first thing everybody do now is just reach for the pistol?
Because nobody want to take an L and everybody got their camera out.
And take the L and go home to your family.
I mean, that's what you know, I be thinking, but like you're saying, I'm old, so
we have to get young people to think that way. We can't just give up on them and say like, I mean, it's just how it is. Like, no, we got to start making them think that way. Because I feel like for every situation to turn into I'm gonna take your life, that's just you hate yourself. You gotta hate a part of yourself. Like I can get mad at you and be like, Craig, we finna swing, bro. But I don't hate you to kill you. You look like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you got a family. I don't hate you. Dudes will get into it with their buddies and they go into like gunplay, like right off. Like you've been around this dude for 10 years. Like how do we go to a disagreement and now I'll kill you? That's a deep level of hate.
I don't even know if it's hate. It's probably more so like ego and pride. If I known you 10 years and then we actually get into it and then I lose, it's gonna be hard for me to know you another 10 years just knowing that you you pretty much run shit in this. In the dynamic, it was pretty much even 50-50, but now I know you could beat my ass.
Okay, I formed a different question to you. So
I feel like
hold on.
To get back the one, I'm just saying in that mentality, to get back the one up.
I'm a form one to get your opinion on this one because this would be more where I'm going with it. If you got into it with your moms, would you shoot her?
That's a hard one for me because I would never get into it with my mom. She always right, even when she wrong.
Why?
Because I just leave and live my life. What do I matter if I'm not gonna argue with my mom?
Because you love your mom, you like it's not worth arguing with my moms.
Yep.
If you loved 100%. Your fellow brother,
100%.
It's like, bro, ain't no sense to me doing all this with you, fam.
Yep.
And that's the point. We gotta love ourselves. We gotta love us to be able to look at somebody.
I don't
and be
disagree
like,
with that either.
It's not.
We have to start appreciating our own greatness.
Straight up.
And that doesn't mean you. That doesn't. When I say that doesn't mean my greatness. That means that I have to start appreciating Queeth's greatness in him. I have to start appreciating every black dude or black brothers or black woman greatness in what they do as I see them. That way, it would make me hesitant to act a certain way towards them because I would cherish them as something. If I keep looking at them as like, oh, this ain't nothing, then I would act as such.
And that was the same point.
And we don't look at white people that way because what do we always say? Anybody that's not black in the hood is the safest person in the hood.
And what did this is the same
and
thing.
Why is that? Because we know that if something happened to them, that it's going to be a problem.
This the same point I was trying to say on the Kanye thing. I don't agree with Kanye. I think a lot of that shit was bogus as hell. But I don't want to take away from some of the real stuff he said, and I ain't going to write him off because that's what they do to us. They make us write each other off. When dudes get into these altercations, the reason why they'll take your life is they got no problem writing you off. I'm going to just get you out of here. Yeah. Or Kanye said something I don't like, I'm going to get him out of here. I don't like that. And I feel like we got to stop doing that to each other. We got to just stop always thinking like to get rid of the problem, I got to get rid of you. Yeah. I got to cancel you. It's like, nah, it's okay. If I say something you don't like, but I said 99 other things you did agree with or you like, don't get mad at me about the one thing. That's just one thing you disagree with me about.
Shout out to Miss Gaines, my literature teacher in Inglewood High School in Chicago, 63rd and Stewart. Real. A real one. But Miss Gaines told me, she had me read, was it Miss Gaines, I believe, that told me? Oh, no, it was Miss Smalls. It was Miss Smalls at Hales Franciscan my freshman year in Chicago, I believe, that taught me. She was another literature teacher. I loved literature and English as a kid, right? And I think that she told us that no matter what you do, all the good you do in life don't matter to certain people. The one bad thing that you do, all that good stuff you done is going to get thrown out the window, and they're going to remember you for that one bad thing. She told me that when I was like 14, 15 years old, and I never forgot it. Shout out to Miss Smalls. I do love Miss Gaines, though. She was my favorite teacher at Inglewood when I finally did transfer. I'm glad you told
that story because one of this made me think of this, and I tell people this story all the time. It's when I was like maybe 10 or something, 11. I was with my white family, and something happened. We was on we was up north where it's like population black person was Queese. Like we was up there somewhere doing a basketball tournament, and the dude that was on the cabin seen me out chilling on this swing, and this other white kid was over there being wild. So he come out there and told me to get off the swing, whatever. Had my first situation with racism. Never had nobody be like call me a nigger. Never my mans was wilding on me or whatever. So I was feeling some way. I'm out here with all these white people. I ain't got my family around, none of my black friends and nothing. So shout out to Miss Pam. Miss Pam came and talked to me, and she told me something that always stuck with me. You never know how somebody feel about you until you disagree with them.
Make somebody mad, and then you'll see what they really think about you.
You'll see what they really think about
100%.
you. So instead of getting upset about them telling you what they really think about you, just take it in and move forward accordingly. Like this dude think that, cool. Show him that I'm not an N-word or whatever. But I use that in all aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? So when I take stuff in, I just assess it a lot differently than most people in general.
Yeah. No, I definitely I let people be who they are, and I don't try to change people. So if somebody show me that that's how they are, if I can deal with that and live with that, then that's in your profile. That's who you are now. And sometimes that's fine. Sometimes it's great things. It ain't always bad. It's like sometimes, oh shit, this motherfucker funny as hell. Like I'm throwing that in your profile. Like it ain't always gotta be negative. But yeah, man.
I think like people in general, like they show you who they are all the time. People show you exactly who they are. Either you paying attention or you not, but they showing you. And then when you see these things, like the older I've gotten, I just accept it. I don't fight it. I might misconstrue it, but I'm accept it. That's why like when people get too upset with me, like you better take time to go walk away or something. Because if you mess around and say something, you ain't getting to come back tomorrow and be like, I didn't really mean that. Oh, you meant it because you said it.
You meant
know
that.
What I'm saying?
Actually, you kind of been waiting to say it. And now you just got mad enough or got enough courage or whatever it was. But yeah, I definitely, if it's somebody I'm mad at and I don't care about, I might say that shit. But they would probably kind of know already that I feel that way. Yeah. But yeah, definitely if it's people I care, I'm definitely taking the beat, walking away or just not saying certain stuff because, like you said, I want to come. This is a moment, and then we'll get past this moment.
It's because you love them. You got love for them. So that's what I go back to the whole situation. We just got to start having love for each other. Just a little bit of love will stop so many of these situations going straight to the guns. Like, it don't have to go there. Like, when you see somebody, even if you don't like them, just at the end of the day, be like, it's cool, bro. Because you got love for them, just like you do with your girl. Like, man, babe, like, you working my nerves, but fuck it. Like, it's whatever.
Hey, and check this out, y'all. And speaking to the youth, even if you don't have love for them, have some love for yourself. Because if you do something to them and you just, oh, fuck this, and then you, like, harm them, it's, like, going to affect you, too. Even if you don't get caught or you get away with it, right? That stuff is still on your mind and in your mental and affecting you. You know what I'm saying? That don't leave. You don't just get to live the next day and keep going and not have that on you. And you don't want to have that on you.
Young people.
So love yourself if you can't find the love for a random stranger or somebody else. And if, like you said, like we said, if it's that big, fight. Just fight. Get it over. If you lose, move.
And just that's what people did back in the day. But just realize that as the youth, we know they tell y'all like life is short. That's a lie. Life is supposed to be very long. Very long. I remember when I used to look and I ain't had no facial hair. Now I got gray hairs. Then I ain't got no hairline. Then I'm like, man, you start having different thoughts. That's good, man. Y'all be talking about old heads and all that. Nah, bro. You supposed to get to be an old head. Life is long. You get wrinkled.
Life
you
is
look
short as
different.
you make it.
You get dad bods. This is life. All y'all supposed to experience these things. You know how much wisdom come when people get older?
Yeah, you know how fun it is to be 40?
Man.
It's fun being 40.
Wait till you meet a woman when you in your 30s, your late 30s. She start getting you facials and manicures and all this type of stuff. When you early 20s, you be like, man, get out of here with that. I ain't doing that.
None of the girls in your 20s teaching you nothing about that, bro. And if you do find a girl in your 20s that's teaching you something like that and improving you, stay with her. I ain't gonna say marry her because I wouldn't get married, but just stay with her.
But you just started enjoying things you never thought. Well, I be going to get a pedicure. I ain't gonna say my real name, but one of my peoples back home. And he definitely a certified hood dude. He out here getting pedicures like your boy be getting. It's like, get to that point in life, bro. Like, when y'all young, this stuff sound crazy, but the older you get, I want y'all to get to that point.
Pedicures.
I mean, he ain't got the right woman in his life.
I'm just not paying for no goddamn pedicures.
If the right woman, you wouldn't have to, Craig. They pay for you. And then by the time you start getting them, you like, you know what? I actually enjoy this. It ain't about the pedicures. We don't really care how our feet look. You get pampered for like an hour, bro, with like a little Asian lady looking at you, treating your legs like it's the greatest thing on earth for an hour.
Oh, you're right. Pedicures is the feet.
I'm
thinking manicures with the hands.
My hand gonna be
crusty. I was finna say that they be pushing your cuticles back, and I heard that hurt, so I'm good on that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but like I ain't doing all that nail stuff. I just bite those like a real one.
And pedicures, don't touch my feet.
You missing out on life.
Nah, that's weird, man.
Well, most men get to this point in life where women start putting you up on different things. Except Craig. But y'all, I do want people to like start realizing that life ain't just short, bro. It's long. It's supposed to be long. And people dying at 28. Bro, that was 10 years ago for me. Yeah. I just had my son. Like, I was immature as hell at 28. Like, I wasn't mature about nothing. And it's like, even Pop Smoke was 19. It's like, this is crazy, bro. These kids, they don't even know who they are yet. You don't even know who you are yet. And there's No, I had another question about
Apparently, E! News don't know who they are either. Did you see that story?
that. Like, how you get that wrong? Like,
E! News posted the story. For those of y'all that don't know, E! News tried to post a story about Takeoff's passing, and in the picture that they posted, it was Offset. And it was even in the picture, Offset was kind of giving them a look like, really though? Like, y'all really gonna do this? And yeah, I don't even think we got an apology yet as of, well, probably by the time y'all hearing this, hopefully they say something. But by the time we recording this, they ain't said nothing yet about I'm sorry or we messed up or nothing. So
now, you know, if that would have been somebody else,
it's big. It got fixed. Middle fingers to E! News.
It would have got fixed real quick if it was somebody else.
Oh my God!
You know,
don't you dare! Don't you dare mistake anybody else.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna
might take your money out of the bank.
I know, right? But back to I had to bite my tongue on that
one. Man, I was trying to figure out a way.
Look, I had to, but I couldn't segue back because it had to be said. It had to be said.
It had to be said.
But no, it's a success now with all the stuff going on, like you said earlier. You know, I know you champion the young dudes who do make it out them environments, no matter how decent that percentage is. Do you think at this point it's still worth the risk of being a rapper? Like, is the success worth the risk at this point?
Yeah, it just depends on what you rapping about and the life you choose to live.
I mean the drill rappers, the trap rappers. I mean, like the ones who live in that life trying to exchange their life. Not, I mean, we don't hear nothing about J. Cole.
See what he doing? You see how he moved. He said rapper at first.
Yeah, but
and I was sure he knew I was finna go to the J. Coles and the Kendricks who live in great lives. He don't want me to use that point. He want me to stay on these gangsters.
They the ones dying. I ain't seen J. Cole get shot.
When was the last time gangsters didn't die?
Please, knock on wood, J. Cole, please.
When was the last time gangsters didn't die?
We had 3 rappers
gangsters, as far as I know.
We had Biggie, Pac,
I'm talking
and Big
about
L.
mobs, like the mob, everything. As far as I've always known in my life, gangsters go to jail, die, or get fat and live in Miami. Those are 3 options.
But them wasn't gangster rappers. Gangster rappers
gangster,
still around.
Period. Just because a gangster turns into a rapper, don't mean he ain't a gangster. And he probably still live a life or a certain life or accustomed to a certain life that may put him in situations where other gangsters may be. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not to sit here and judge that or judge a man by the way that he live in his life. You know, if they want to make that music and they can use that to feed their family and feed other people, then that's a great thing. What they do in their personal life and how they choose to live and move is what they do in their personal life and how they choose to live and move. And that's going to affect, ultimately, their life. Their lifestyle is ultimately going to affect their life, good or bad.
So you think Ice Cube was a gangster?
Ice Cube ain't no less gangster that he did Are You There and Are We There, Are We Done Yet?
So you think Ice Cube...
And he's the first black owner.
I didn't ask that.
That don't make him no less of a gangster. I
said, so you think Ice Cube's a gangster?
I wouldn't test him.
You wouldn't test nobody.
I'm gonna test you, nigga.
I'm a little more aggressive.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Still, the average guy wouldn't test Ice
but I'm
Cube.
saying, if Ice Cube wasn't Ice Cube, he'll be just another dude. Like, he's not a gangster.
But we know him.
We know him. That scared Greg. Like,
I know, right? I know he might walk in here. Oh shit! But nah, I think Ice Cube is. Nobody would like test him because he has that persona, and I don't think that he's no less as tough or respected or should lose any respect than as he was in the younger days than who he is now.
Prove a point, right? Because I ain't gonna disrespect Ice Cube. I fucks with Ice Cube. That's not my point I'm making. Ice Cube, on all accounts, was not a gangster. Was not in the streets. He was a rapper.
He was. He was in NWA.
Ice Cube went to. We ain't going there.
He got a cold, hard stare, right? Man.
Great stare. Great.
He got a killer stare. You mean to tell me that dude ain't a thug?
No.
Get out of here, man. Ice Cube is tough.
Okay. Ice Cube. Craig used to have a problem with Ice Cube or King Von. Who you want a problem with?
What?
See?
That's what?
Ice Cube or King Von? Who you more willing to steal off on? You got to pick one, Craig. I'll prove a point.
Hey, just because you've proven that somebody is a little bit more reckless than the other does not mean that that person is less gangster. To answer your question, Ice Cube might have to beat me up. Because at least Ice Cube is just going to beat me up.
Okay. That's my point.
And go about his day after.
That's my point. The gangsters is different now, Craig. You know, you might have a chance to just have a fist fight over here.
Nah, that's not fair. That's like saying who you want to play. That's like saying LeBron or Michael Jordan now. Like, that just two different time frames of players.
No, it's not.
You got to give me somebody.
No, that's like
Ice
saying
Cube or
Mike
Dr. Dre.
No, that's like saying Mike in his prime, LeBron in his prime. If you can't score 5 points, you die. That's gonna be a hard choice for you.
Y'all can't see how funny this is, but I didn't even realize this while he bringing up Ice Cube, and I'm talking about, we got a picture of Ice Cube behind the camera with a tough ass stare right here, and I was finna answer, and then I looked up like Ice Cube looking at me like, you gonna choose me, nigga? You gonna choose me, nigga?
He did look like that on the picture.
My bad, man. I never known you to be a shooter.
Right.